Well, welcome back to YouTube. This is episode 46. This is a complete and comprehensive tour of all of the things that I have done to the living area of this bus. This is my last video in April. This is not about my gray water tank, which was discussed in my previous two videos. Haven't been able to work on them because of the weather, but I wanted to put out another video and show you all of the things that I have done since April on the inside of the bus to get this thing staged and ready for life on the road. And that is the whole point to what we got going on. I have done a lot of work in here and I want to walk you through everything. I got a punch list of things that I want to point out, so we're going to get started. Stick around, walk through it with me, and let's see what I got done. So there's my entertainment wall. I have it on a streaming channel right now. Hopefully it doesn't create any copyright issues for me on YouTube, but I just wanted to show you I've got my TV running, got my fireplace running with the LED lights and stuff to create the fireplace, just the scenery of the fireplace running. It's not on heat. I don't want it on heat. It's hot enough here already. One of the first things that I wanted to point out is at the top of the wall I did add a couple of fans. There's actually 3 fans up there behind that grill, and the whole point to those is when this is closed, it is taking the air from the air conditioner on the other side of the wall and blowing it in the back to help make everything stay cooler. Because with the wall closed without those fans, it gets really hot back here, but the cab is cold. So I wanted to distribute that air. That's the whole point to that. One of the other things that I wanted to point out is that underneath my benches, my sofas here, I have added storage for storage compartments. I will see if I can actually show you real quick what they look like, and they're typical across everything. If I can grab one and get it open. So I've got storage. You can see I've got containers there. I've got one there. Storage underneath here. I measured everything out and I bought storage containers that I was sure I would be able to get to fit under there. Because of the way this is set up, I cannot just throw crap underneath and put it in there because it will interfere with the movement of this, because they're not drawers, they're just slides that will allow me to fold this thing down and convert these into twin beds. So I'm showing you this one. You'll have to trust me that every single other one that I have, matter of fact, if I come down here, nope, you can't see it, but I have storage containers in every compartment underneath every sofa stage, and I've got storage underneath all of those. Same thing holds true on the other side. I'm not opening this up because it's a single thing, but I have storage underneath everything under there as well. Plastic bins, compartmentalizing and taking care of everything. My goal is to actually set this up so most used will be on this side, moving down the line to least used down here. Same thing on this side, most used over here, moving down, least used down here. I have underbody storage. I have plastic container storage inside the area underneath the seat for my dining room table that goes right here. I've got a couple of bins in there, so I'll be able to use that for storage as well. Some of the other things that I've done, and I'm more or less trying to focus this on staging for life, so I've gone through my house And what I've done is I have actually tried to pull out things that are important to me and things that I like and things that I want to have in here when I'm on the road. So I've got this wall over here. You can see this thing, this picture right here. My daughter gave me this and I love it to death. I love Harleys, and she found and sent that to me as a Father's Day present. So I made that a centerpiece for the wall right there. Everything else that I have in here are either things that my children have given me or things that I have done myself. For instance, that little this picture frame set right here, those are all my pictures that I took in Egypt at those places. That's me. This is another picture of a step pyramid in Egypt. I took that picture. I was in Egypt. I've got some books up here, things that I want to read that I haven't read yet, but I got them in here because when I'm on the road, I'll have plenty of time and I'll be able to do that. I can't do it now because of work and building this bus, but eventually I'll be able to actually read those books. One of the other things that I've done in my center storage here, I've got a bunch of videos that I have pulled from my collection, and trust me guys, this is nowhere near the magnitude of the collection of videos that I have, DVDs, etc. This is just what I put in the bus. In here I have PlayStation games to go along with my PlayStation that my son gave me. I've got my Blu-ray DVD player here, and all of this works. I have tested everything. This is a picture of that my daughter created for me in digital art and had it printed. This was an idea that I wanted to have for a tattoo. Unfortunately, I was never able to do it, but she actually created it for me. And the concept of the picture is the flames of the dragon is flowing out and creating the symbology of an eagle flying out of the flames. I've got some things over here from my service in the military. The F-16 Fighting Falcon one that you see here makes me a member of the 9G Club in the U.S. Air Force, because I got to fly on an F-16 and I experienced 9Gs on that flight. So that's what that one represents. The picture of the Cobra is when I was working in Saudi Arabia for Desert Shield. I actually engineered, designed, and installed a capability for the Cobras that did not exist, and they gave me that picture heirloom to support that. I actually got to ride in a Cobra helicopter over Saudi Arabia as a result of that. So that's what that is. One of the things that I want to show you for the whole staging for life on the road is I have done a lot of work decorating my bus. There is a collection of all my challenge coins, some fixtures and things that I really love. I've got a couple of stopwatches, Harley stopwatches that I have up here, and things that just are really important to me, and I brought them into the bus and they're a permanent part of the bus. Right now, the only thing that's really secured is my challenge coins. I have them velcroed to the back wall. I am going to do the same thing for everything else that's up here. It will be secured so that it doesn't move when I'm going down the road. Hopefully that works, but if it don't, I'll figure out another way to make sure I don't lose anything. Some things that I want to show you as well is I've got curtains on all my windows in the living area, and I've also added shades with reflective backing in all the windows, and trust me guys, that has made a huge difference in the amount of power consumption that I have from my ACs and the temperatures inside this bus. Now, I will be fair, the only thing that's finished is this side. I still need to take them out and put something on the outside, because the one thing that I don't like is when you're looking at the windows from the outside, you see the reflecting. So I'm going to put cloth on the outside and make them a finished product. But these are the curtains that I have on the windows over here. I have the same thing over here, and I'll show you as we go through the rest of the bus, but I have curtains on all the windows. One of my favorite pictures right here. I love Paris. I've been to Paris. I've been on the Eiffel Tower. I love that picture, and I wanted to add it to my bus. This area right here that you're looking at is going to be a little mini bar that I'm going to create. I'm going to have a few little small pint bottles and stuff in here, and I've got glasses and shot glasses and things. This decanter my son gave me, I am going to put one of my favorite beverages in it, which will likely be rum, and fill that up. I'm going to put a screw through the bottom to hold the base in, and I am going to Velcro the top so that it doesn't come out. I really can't trust pulling this out and wrapping it, putting it in the sink or something, because this is really thin glass. So I am going to try to do everything I can to make sure that that thing sits there, does not move, does not come apart, and will be safe up there. A little fitting that I have. I love 57 Bel Airs, and I love Camaros, so I've got a couple of my models for those. This is a leather beer mug that was given to me by my ex-father-in-law. I love this thing. It has become a permanent part of my bus as well. I have used this many times in the past. Not recently, but many times in the past. My center storage selection, I've got a couple of videos and stuff up here. I've got some games. I've got other things that are going to go up here that I haven't put in here yet. But for the most part, this is the actual living room area. You can see I've got my TV running, and I've got my fireplace running. My sound system, I muted it so that I wouldn't have any copyright issues based on sound coming out of the TV, but all of this is all set up and ready and staged. One of the things I do want to point out is that if you look down there real close, if you can see it, I think you might be able to, I don't know, but I've got a barrel bolt down there that when I open this thing up, I can lock it into place so that it doesn't move, and can't open it, can't close it, can't do anything with it, and it locks in place. Maybe with that in place there, I can travel down the road with people in the back, and they can actually be watching TV and all of that kind of stuff while I'm traveling down the road. I don't know, we'll test that out. What I will tell you is that I also have it set up so that when this is retracted all the way, that I've showed you in another video, that same barrel bolt locks into the floor, so it holds it in place so that it doesn't come out if it is stowed while I'm traveling. So just a few things that I've done in the living area. So my living area right now, the living room specifically, is set and ready for me to hit the life on the road. I'm happy with it. The only thing that I need to do is figure out what I'm going to carry with me, and once I do that, I can populate my storage bins underneath my sofa and get that all in place, and I'm ready to go. So that said, let's move on to the kitchen area. Alright, real quick, one of the things that I forgot to mention and I wanted to show you that I've done, my curtain rods. My curtain rods are copper pipe with caps glued on the end and inside of hooks, and I've got them zip tied down. So that's what I've done on all of my curtain rods. It took me forever to try to polish these things up, and they're already corroding. I didn't seal them or anything. Doesn't matter. They work very well. They're cut to length. They're very, very close tolerance, but all of my curtain rods, everywhere in the bus, if I have a curtain up, the curtain rod is a piece of copper pipe with two caps on the end of it, and I wanted to share that with you. One of the other things that I missed talking about earlier when I was going through my upper cabinets is my spotlights. If you look right here, I have a spotlight right here, and that spotlight is a green spotlight that shines into the decanter, lights this thing up. It will be a lot better when it's actually full of liquid, but I've got one here. I've got one right here. If you can see on my hand, you can see the light. it will light up my bar area and the bottles that I have in my bar area. And then if you look right here, I have another one. It's a blue light that shines down in this area and highlights these. And if I turn off all the other lights and leave these on, it looks really nice in here. Everything is highlighted. Coming over here, I've got a red light that is highlighting my wolf statue that I have right here. I've got a white one on my eagle head right here, and I've got a blue one over here on my dolphin and wolf thing that I have over here. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you as well. So that said, let's go ahead and go back and look at some of the other stuff that I have going on in the back. Alright, now we're in the kitchen. The first thing I want to talk about is my fridge. So one of the things that I needed to do was actually positively secure my fridge so we can go sliding all over the bus when I'm going down the road. So what I did was I put in these angle brackets that you see right here. I have them screwed into my cabinet frame, and I have very short screws that are screwed into the sheet metal of the refrigerator. I have one here, I have one here, and I also have two of them at the bottom of the fridge as well, down here underneath the door. If I open the door, you might be able to see them. Yes, there they are. So I have two of them down here. I have one right here and I have one right here. They are screwed into the floor. They are screwed into the refrigerator. This thing is solid. This thing doesn't move. While we're on the subject of the refrigerator, I should have thought about this before I closed it, but my refrigerator has been plugged in, working and operating for almost a month. The maximum amount of power that I've seen it consume is about 80 watts on my inverter. Most of the time it's around 18. Me opening the door is probably going to change that, but I put a few things in here just to see if they're cold, and trust me, they're cold. So that's the refrigerator part. Let's go to the freezer. I got some interesting things up here. So I've got me an ice bucket. It is full of ice. It is all frozen. The other thing that I have is I have these handy dandy little ice trays that I found at Walmart. And the thing that I like about them is they actually have a plastic lid that covers the ice tray. You can pop this open and fill them up and close it back down and put them back in here. So if I need ice and I'm getting ready to hit the road, I can fill them up, put them in here, and they won't spill, bounce, whatever while they're freezing in here because they're sealed and covered. And I like that. I got those at Walmart. I found them by accident, but that's what I'm using. So there's my ice, and I'm going to populate this with various types of food and things like that that I need, but I haven't got there yet. I'm not ready for food in the bus. Alright, so the other thing that I have right here is I have my storage containers up here. My thought right now is to use this as like a pasta, rice, those kind of things storage, dry goods storage up here. I've got these storage containers up here, and we'll see. What I'm telling you right now may change drastically when I actually start filling this thing up. So coming over here, I've got a container right now. It's got a bunch of charging cables and things like that. All of these charging cables and all of this kind of stuff is going to probably go into this area over here behind my sliding doors, and this will be, everything in the kitchen will be strictly, on this side will be strictly food. So I've got storage containers in here, as you can see, and I will be using those and filling those up. The area over the microwave, I've got the same thing. I've got a couple of storage containers, and I've got a couple of storage bins. These bins I think I'm going to use for like canned food and stuff. These I'm going to use for dry goods, but as I said, I haven't got there yet. I haven't populated. I don't know what I'm going to put in here, but when I do, we'll probably come back and revisit, and I'll show you how I did it. And in the final area here, a couple of bins, couple of storage containers. Same thing on this side. So everything is all set up and ready for me to start populating food in here so I can live on the road. Moving to the upper cabinets on the other side, I got dishes, y'all. This is my coffee cup area, I'm going to put some drinking glasses here. I got my beer mugs. I got some mason jar mugs. Coming over here, I got my dinnerware set. I've got big bowls, I got small bowls, I got saucers, I got plates. Coming over here, I've got mixing cups for like protein drinks, things like that. Drinking cups for small stuff, and I got drinking cups for big stuff. So these are all of my dinnerware. This is my dinnerware set. It's all plastic. It's all supposed to be theoretically unbreakable. As we all know, nothing is unbreakable, but that's why I used it. And the way that the doors are, none of this is going to come out. It may fall, it may move, it may bounce around, but it's not going to fall out. All right, coming down below, one of the other things that I did was I added a dish drainer right here to the sink. I love this thing. I have tested it. It works. I wash dishes. I stack them up in here. Water drains into this pan, goes down through the center, comes out, drops into the sink, and then goes down the drain. Love it. One of the other things that I added was a coffee bar. I have a Keurig coffee maker. I have checked this thing out. It pulls about 1,000 watts for about 2 minutes when it makes a cup of coffee, and then it shuts off. So a lot better than trying to run a drip coffee maker that runs for hours to keep the coffee warm. All I need is 1 cup at a time anyway, so that's what I got. I've got a dispenser that has all kind of various types of coffee populated in it. I bought a bunch of different Keurig cups. Got one here. The one thing that I have to do is figure out how to secure this. The other thing is that it also has the ability for ground coffee. So I have a different cup that goes right here. I put these filters in and I put the ground coffee in, and I can use my favorite ground coffee through that, and actually have a different type of cup of coffee based on that. I've got 2 different types of coffee. I got one right here, and I've got one back here in the back. So that's my coffee stuff. I've already showed you my lanterns. They're not charged right now, and all the lights are on, so they wouldn't be on anyway. One of the other things that I've done is I've added the spice rack, and I've pre-populated the lids with some of the more common spices that I use. It has a lot of decals for lids and stuff that I don't even know what it is. But I do know what these are, and I do know that I use them, so I've populated these. This will be mounted up on the wall. The only challenge that I have is I got to figure out a way to mount those, secure those bottles so they don't come out coming down the road. But I got that spice rack in. I've got me a cutting board thing in place here. It's just sitting there now, but I've got cutting boards. My daughter gave me these containers for wrap. I think I talked about it in a previous video. I have it full of everything right now. I got snack bags, sandwich bags, sport bags, gallon bags. I've got wax paper, I've got plastic paper, and I got foil. I've got everything that I would possibly need anywhere, anytime, anywhere on the road to safely store, secure, and protect food. One of the things that I've done back here in my portal window, I've got me a knife set with a pair of scissors. I got that mounted in there. I do need to figure out a way to positively secure that so it don't come out. And then I've got some bamboo wooden spoons. I love these type of spoons. It's primarily mostly what I use even in the house, so I got some for the bus as well. One of the other things that I added was I do have an Instapot that I added. I've never used one. I'm going to here before too much longer. I actually plan on moving into and living out of the bus, testing, trying, and going through everything to find out any problems that I may have before I hit the road. One of the things that I'm going to do to secure this is I'm going to go in the back through this wooden frame back here, and I'm going to put a hook, and I'm going to use a bungee cord to just secure this back to the corner so it doesn't move around. So this is my top of the cabinet, upper cabinet storage, and what I've done here. The next thing that I want to do is show you what I've done in my drawers. If you remember on my last video in April, everything was full of tools, parts, everything else. That's all gone, guys. I'm done building in this bus except for a few minor things, so all of that's gone. So this is my silverware drawer. I've got all my silverware in here. I've got a nice, neat little divider for it and everything. So that's silverware. Come to the next drawer. This is large utensils. It's not full of everything yet, but it will be. Next drawer. Right now I've got this as a junk drawer, but it's mostly measuring cups and things like that. I will put different things. I might kind of turn this into a junk drawer, but I'm not sure yet. And then the bottom is all of my pots. This is what I will use to cook inside the bus on my propane stove. It is several different pots with different sized lids. Each one of the pots also comes with a plastic cover, so I can take it directly from the stove to the refrigerator by changing the lid and putting a plastic cover on it. It's got these removable handles. I can just clamp them to the pot, and they will hold the pot, and I can put, depending on what pot I'm using, I can use a handle on that pot. So that's what is in the drawers on this side. So let's move to the drawers on the other side. And I definitely need to add some means to get these doors open a little easier. But dish rags, dish towels, things like that in the top drawer. It's a very shallow drawer, so I got very shallow rings. This is my microwave things. Containers and stuff that I can use and prep in the microwave, and then take them from the microwave to the refrigerator or the freezer. And then the bottom drawer is a lot of various utensils, bowls, things like that, platters, things that I might need that don't necessarily fit any other opportunity. So that pretty much covers everything that I've done in the kitchen. Prepped and staged, ready to start populating this thing with food and getting on the road. So just wanted to share that with you. That's what I've done. So let's take a break and then go back and look at some other things that I've done. And now that we've talked about everything on the drawer side storage, I do want to point out what I've done with my cabinet doors. So this is, as you can tell right here, let me turn the light on so you can see what I'm talking about. This is my water area, and I've got all of my water distribution in there. But what I did was I actually converted the door to that area into a storage space to take up the usable room that did not interfere with anything that was in there, and created storage space on the door itself. So I've got my filters for my water system that's back there. I've got storage containers. I've got Clorox wipes for cleaning and stuff. I've got cleaning materials down there. I've got various cleaning materials and spare paper towels down here. And I previously did this before, but I wanted to point out that I've changed what I'm using it for and putting in small, low-profile items so that it will actually close without interfering with anything under there. And the same thing with this. Turn the light off and close the door, and everything closes up and not a problem. One of the things that I did do was put some hooks and mount my my tool for changing my filters out. So I've got that there readily available as well. It won't go anywhere. So everything is set and staged. I added that, and I wanted to share that with you before I go to the back of the bus. One of the first things that I want to point out that I've done, that I can't count the number of times that I've done a video where I said I needed to clean this up and finish it up. This is my battery closet, guys, and I finally got it done. I put a upper level storage shelf in here, and again I've got storage containers up here for things. I've got this storage bin that will go on top of the lid of my batteries, and that will be primarily for like clothes and stuff. I'll probably be using this up here for clothes and stuff as well. I've got my light switches mounted. This one is for the lights inside the battery compartment. This is the light for inside the closet. One of the other things, and I see I'm having some issues with the adhesive sticking for my wiring, and I'll fix that. But I've got my light switch right here. This light switch controls that light over there that lights up and highlights my mural on the shower. The other light switch, if you look through that hole right there, you can see that light coming on and off. That's a light inside my storage container. I've got cedar on here. I have not sealed it. I have not done anything with it because I wanted to provide the natural cedar aroma in this closet. It's not a lot of cedar, but it should work to give me a cedar closet on some level anyway. The other thing that I did was I created a door to close off and seal where my shower faucet and all of that is, so that I have access to it. So that's behind this door. This is all part of my storage shelf support. I put in and finished out all of the same material, this deck boat material that I used on the floor in front of the shower. I can open this up and you can see that it's hinged, and everything in here is related to my batteries. I can turn on the lights here and you can see how that works, and I've got my lights underneath the lid. Close it down. I am going to be putting some type of a cover over this area because this is all the outputs of my batteries, and I want to make sure that nothing doesn't come in contact with that. I've got excess material storage back here. I've got Clorox wipes. I've got a storage container. I'll be putting paper towels. This will be an excess storage area. If I need to get access to something, I can move it out of the way, not a big deal. This will be for clothes. This will be for clothes and other things up here at the top. So all of this is all taken care of. All of the wiring associated with that spotlight for my mural is all right here, and the switch is right here. So that's the closet. I finally got it done. I finally pulled it together and I finally closed it off. So I just wanted to share that with you and make sure that you knew that I finally got her done. So I think now that that's done, I want to point out a few other things that I've done. So probably hard to tell because of what's behind me, but one of the things that I did, and I can't remember if I actually discussed this in a previous video, but all of the noisy ass cooling fans that I had in my equipment cabinets are gone, except for the other side, and I'm about to fix that. I used computer fans, and I replaced all of those fans, and now on my 12-volt side, this is completely silent, guys. This thing makes no noise whatsoever. It's completely silent, and to be perfectly honest with you, it does a better job of cooling this compartment than everything that I had in here before. I've got some down here that take the cool air through the vent at the floor, bring it up, blow it in. I've got fans back here that take the hot air coming out of my inverter and blow it to the front, and then I've got fans up here that take all of the hot air inside the compartment and blow it out. That's this side. Coming to the other side, the real noisemakers are right here, and these are actually 24-volt fans that came out of a battery bank that I had. They're extremely noisy. I don't like it. So I am going to figure out a way to replace those with quieter fans. The challenge is that I cannot remove these because of the way that I built them and put them in place. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to add more fans, disconnect these, and create a positive outlet for cooling air. One of the things that I did do, I will show you. is at the top of my inverters. I did add cooling fans instead of those other blower fans that are making so much noise. One of the things I will share with you is that I had a problem with one of the fans, and I almost had a fire in here because of the fan. But I got rid of those. I got these installed. They're working really well, and so I'm going to try to do something to replace this noise box so that this is silent and working much better than what we currently have. So lessons learned. I keep modifying, changing, evaluating, and looking at everything that I've got going on, fixing it all, making it better, and doing it all before I ever leave the parking lot where I'm building it. So let's go ahead and close this up, lock it into place. Alright, so I think the next thing that I want to share with you is what I've done in my shower. Alright, here we are in the shower, and look what I done got done, y'all. I put me a little teak floor in here on that bottom shower floor to make it a little bit nicer. Yeah, it took away a little bit of headroom, but I like it. I put this bench in here. I pulled this out of the shower that I have inside the house, put it in here. I was going to refinish this, but then when I started looking at all the detail and stuff, I'm like, screw it, it will stay exactly the way that it is. One of the other things that I did was I added 2 lights in here because it was too dark with only one, so I put the other one up here as well. They're both bathroom lights, they're both waterproof, they're both rechargeable. So the only time I'll ever use them is when I'm taking a shower, and if they run out while I'm doing that, oh well, when I get out, I'll just put them on the charger. But bathroom update, the biggest thing that I did was do the shower floor. Wanted to share that with you. It was not, it was easy. The real challenge was that the dimensioning of it made it a little difficult. So if you notice, I've got those upright pieces scattered around, and what that is to actually more or less close the gap between the floor and the walls of the shower, because after I put it in and I came in here and I stood on it moving around, I almost fell because the floor shifted quite a bit and I wasn't prepared for that. So I put those vertical pieces, I siliconed them in, and they've been sitting there for probably 2 weeks now, and the floor doesn't move. It's solid, it's stable, it's steady, and the drain is underneath in the center, and all the stuff flows out, so I'm good to go. So my shower, as far as I'm concerned, is done, and I'm ready to start using it. Speaking of which, based on my last video, I actually have a gray water tank connected to it, so I theoretically could start using it. So that's a bonus. So with that, let me check my punch list, make sure I've covered everything that I want to do, and I'll be right back. Well, according to my punch list, I have covered everything that I intended to cover for this video. So that said, I think that we will close it out. A few things that I do want to share with you is that I have actually spent 3 nights in this bus just to test it out, check it out, and see how it worked. I can tell you that I've never slept better in my life. My daughter came to visit me, and she stayed in the bus one night, and she said the exact same thing. And it's kind of funny, but the noise from the fans, if you're in here, they actually turn into white noise and become quite soothing as opposed to being a nuisance. So that's a bonus, but they don't bother me, they didn't bother her, but I am going to do what I can to try to quiet them down. One other thing that I want to address that I did not address, I intended to, and I had camera issues in a previous video, but I want to point out one final thing, and then we're going to close and wrap this thing up. And that is my table that I have right here. This is actually a swivel table. Doesn't change altitude, but it does change rotation, orientation, and everything else. I can move this around anywhere on this and provide a surface for anyone to do anything that they wish to do with this table on this side of the on that side of the bus. That's what I'm in. I'm in a bus. I keep forgetting that. But in closing, the one thing that I want to share with you is that all of the things that I've done in here and everything that I've done to stage this thing is with a very specific intent to transform what was a bus, what was a school bus. Well, actually, let's go back a little further. Started as a school bus, turned into a church bus, and is now my RV. And I am converting all of the work that I've done to build out the entire inside of this bus from just a bunch of woodwork into a home. A lot of the things that I've done is more or less to make it what I want it to look like as my home on the road. Some people may say I should use my upper cabinets and things for necessary storage as opposed to decorations. Well, no. I want this place to be what I want it to be, and I don't need all that storage. I'm a minimalist. I am not going to have a bunch of stuff in here that I will be carrying around that I never use. If it's in this bus, it is going to be used regularly, or it will not be in this bus. And that's my philosophy, and that's what I intend to stick to. So just my opinion on it. And I mean, you do you make your bus the way you want it. You do what you want to do with your space. This is what I did with mine. Don't criticize me for what I did with my space, because this is my bus, not yours. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. It's just the serious point of life. It's like, this is what I want, this is what I've done, and this is what it will be. And I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and I am so damn happy that I am where I am right now. The only thing that I have left to do is put one more gray water tank in and finish up the work behind the curtains in the back from my bedroom. I left that blocked off because there's still some things that I need to do back there, and I didn't want to introduce that into this video, so I blocked it off. But that's where we are. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at. My next video will be to either do an update on the gray water tank install, or to do an update on where I am with, and if I do an update on where I am with the bedroom and office, it means it will be done. And that is my goal, is to prioritize that and get it done. I am bouncing back and forth between that and the gray water tank because I need to get my gray water tanks done. Two reasons. Number one, because I want to move in and I want to try this thing out and live in it and see how it works. And number two, I need to get it in so that I'm legal to be able to take this thing and get it converted to an RV. So I hope you like it, guys. I hope you like what I've done. I hope you enjoyed the way that I've built it out. It's been a lot of work. Everything came together one piece at a time, 1 inch at a time, one room at a time. So I'm really happy with it. I don't know if you are or not. I would really appreciate some feedback to let me know what you think, but it is what it is. It is where it is, and this is my RV, and I am so happy about it, which is why I called it Marv, my amazing RV. That said, this is a wrap. Thank you very much, and we'll be back soon.